Hello and welcome to Yoga with Maria. I hope you're all well. So, welcome back. We've had a bit of time off yoga. We had a little session yesterday. So this is the second session back, and I'll be sending out the timetable for next week. So we'll add a few more classes back in. I would ask, actually, if anyone's got any particular suggestions or times or days that they prefer. This is a really good opportunity to let me know, especially I know that some people have started to go back to work. People's schedules are changing, so do feedback and let me know what works best for you. As always, nice clear space, whatever space you've got. Just make sure you've got no immediate obstacles around you that are going to fall on you. We don't want any accidents. And also, if you've got any injuries, to be really mindful of them. Always listen to your body. I always suggest that you pull back rather than push forward. So really tune in and listen. You can always come back to a seated position or a mountain pose. You can go back to a child pose, anything that just kind of allows you just a bit of stillness as and when you need it. But let's begin by bringing ourselves into a nice, comfortable seated position. You can have your legs out in front of you if you want. You don't have to be sitting cross-legged. And close your eyes. And we're just going to spend a few moments just focusing in on ourselves and on our bodies. So just allowing the spine to lengthen, the neck to lengthen. Allow the shoulders to drop. And just bring that focus into your breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And being mindful of your breath, where it's coming from. If you notice that you breathe often through your mouth, just see if you're able to close your mouth and bring that focus into nasal breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. Then let's just take that breath and awareness down into the tips of our toes. And just notice as we clock through the body if there's anything particularly achy, a bit sore, a bit stiff as we go through. Just be aware of those parts of your body. And let's take the breath and the awareness into the soles of our feet. The heels, ankles, into your shins and calves, knees, the back of your knees, your thighs, hips, your glute muscles, your bum muscles. Round into your lower back. And trace that awareness and breath round into the bottom of your belly. Up into the center of your belly and round into the middle of your back. And trace the breath and awareness up into the top of your back and round into the front of your chest, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, your wrists, hands, fingers, thumbs. And trace that awareness back up your arms and into your throat. Round into the back of your head, top of your head, forehead, your eyes, nose, cheeks, mouth, your tongue and jaw, and trace that awareness into your temples, up into the top of your head and out. And just keeping your eyes closed, let's inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up. Arms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time, inhaling. Arms together, exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll begin our class on an Om. Inhaling through the nose. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this morning. Let's just bring a bit of focus onto our breath, onto our breathing. So bring one hand onto your chest and one hand down onto your belly. Allow those shoulders to drop. If you want to close your eyes, you can. And we're just going to continue that nasal breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. And just see if you can sort of sense the breath going past your chest and down into your lower belly. Feeling the hand rising on the in-breath and then falling on the out-breath. The movement doesn't have to be big, but just noticing how that hand moves with the belly. Putting a tiny bit of pressure on the chest, just to allow that stillness in the chest and in the shoulders. You're allowing that breath to sink down into the belly. And just imagine that your breath is becoming lighter, more subtle, quieter, almost as if you can't hear it. Right. And then just releasing the hands. You can open your eyes. Let's start to bring some movement into the body. So let's just take the shoulders all the way up to the ears and then let them go. And again, bring the shoulders, really scrunch them up and then release. And one more time. Scrunching them up and release. And then let's just take the head over to one side. Allow the chin to sort of do a little half circle across the chest. And take the ear over to the opposite side. And just do a few of these for yourself. If you want to have the arms lengthened, you can. Nice. And then just bringing the head back on. Let's take that into the chest. Bringing the chest forward and then exhaling, taking the chin towards the chest. Inhaling, bringing the chest forward and then exhale, just curving and rounding that spine. Great. And then bring that movement to a stillness. Let's just take the arms out nice and long. Again, allow the shoulders to drop. And then let's just take the fingers pointing to the floor and then to the ceiling. Nice. So you're really opening, stretching out those wrists, the fingers. Great. And let's just take some circles. Again, just keeping those arms nice and long. And then taking this rotation in the opposite direction. Let's lengthen the fingertips and then bring the arms up to meet. And then back down. And back up to the top. Following this movement with the breath. Inhaling and exhaling as you move the arms. Just a few more. Nice. And then bringing those arms down. Great. Just taking the one hand out. Flip the arms that's facing the ceiling. Just give that wrist an extra little stretch. Super. Give that wrist a little rotation. Arm out. Onto the ceiling. And then give it a little stretch. Again, just see if you can bring that shoulder down so it's away from the ear. And give it a little twist, a little zhuzh. And just take one arm behind the head and just give it a nice little stretch from the elbow. And you can stay like that if you wanted to have a little extra. You can reach. Try and grab your hand. Sometimes it's easier on one arm than the other. Releasing that, let's take it on the other side. Again, just pressing the elbow down to start with. And then reaching the other hand to meet it. And release. Let's get into our legs. Let's bring our legs out in front, lengthening the spine. You're going to inhale, bring one of your knees into your chest, and then exhale, lengthen. And you've got options. You can hover the foot above the ground, or you can just trace that foot and that heel on the floor, whichever works for you. Great. Then let's take it on the other leg, bringing that knee in, lengthening that spine, lengthening that neck, pulling the tummy in towards the spine. So you're really starting to work those core muscles. And you can keep doing single legs, or if you want to then challenge, bring both legs up, you can. Bring those toes off the floor, lengthening that spine again. Nice. And then taking those legs out, squeeze the glutes. So really activating those bum muscles. Knees in, and then out and lengthen. If you prefer to have the elbows on the floor behind you, you can. You can just focus on the legs and the tummy. And if you want, you can see if you can hold it out there. And that lengthening, squeeze the glutes. Lengthen the legs, really nice. And then back up. Great. Bring yourself round into your tabletop. Spreading the fingers. Your knees hip width distance. Pressing the backs of the feet into the floor. Inhale, take your gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest. A few cat-cows. And then you can loosen it up, be a bit more free with a little crazy cat, disco cat. You can just roll the shoulders, sit back on your heels, swim through your elbows, whatever kind of works. Bringing that movement to stillness. I'm just going to press backs of the feet into the floor and then lift the knees off. Squeeze the glutes. Draw your belly in towards your spine. And release. Taking one arm out nice and long and then the opposite leg. Lengthening those arms, lengthening the leg. Again, drawing the belly in towards the spine. And then we're just going to reach our hand and foot back as if we're trying to grab it. And then you're going to scrunch it in, elbow to knee, and then bring the chin in as well. And release. Take it on the opposite side. So first we're lengthening that leg, lengthening the arm. Again, draw the belly in towards the spine. And then let's reach the arm and the foot up. As if you're trying to get them to touch. And then bring them into the center. Elbow, knee, and chin. And then release. Tuck in the toes and hang yourself nice and heavy in your rag doll. A nice hip width distance with the feet. Nice deep bend in the knees. Give your head a little nod. Give it a little shake. If you want to do some twists or give yourself a nice little hug, you can do that. Releasing the arms if you're in a hug, and just bring yourself up nice and slowly to standing, but make sure your head is the last thing to come on top. And give yourself a moment in that nice alignment. And then just have a little massage of those feet and the toes. Have a little walk to the front of your mat. Or just make sure you've got enough space behind you. We're going to do our sun salutation in a minute. Maybe let's give the ankles a little circle. Lovely. Then bringing yourself to the front. Toes touching, your heels slightly apart. Just work your way up your body. Engage those thighs, your glutes, belly in towards the spine, shoulders back, neck nice and long, arms long and activated. Your mountain pose. Just know you can come back to this at any point if you need. Let's inhale, take our arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Let's just set yourself up. Bring your weight forward, squeeze the glutes, draw the belly in towards the spine. Take those knees down, keep the elbows tucked, chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Spend a few breaths here in the up dog, opening the chest, squeeze the glutes. Tuck in those toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Ideally, you're looking for your hands to be shoulder width, your feet to be hip width, and you're pressing your heels back towards the floor. Don't worry if your heels are nowhere near the floor. Just breathing into that nice stretch in the back of the legs. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step your feet towards your hands, close as you can. Halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. Let's go straight in for another one. Inhale, taking the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands on the floor, step or jump back into your plank. Bring that weight forward, squeeze the glutes. Take the knees down towards the mat if you need. Chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Again, move your feet. Don't be afraid to stay in a position if it doesn't feel quite right. You can experiment bringing your feet closer or further away. Once you've found a position that works, hold it nice and still and breathe into the stretch. In through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, take your gaze towards your hands, step or jump towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release, toes touching, your heels slightly apart. Let's go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step, jump back. Bring the weight forward. Squeeze the glutes, knees down if you need to. Chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, down dog. Really nice. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And let's inhale, take the gaze towards the hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair. Well, inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, down. We're going to do chair pose now. So setting yourself up. Mountain pose, toes touching, heels slightly apart. Again, squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the belly towards the spine. Shoulders back. This time we're going to inhale. Exhale, bend. Lengthen the arms out in front for a chair pose. Bring the shoulders down. Squeeze those knees together. Squeeze the glutes. Really nice. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back into your plank. Bring the weight forward, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's go into warrior one. Let's step through with the right foot. Nice 90-degree bend in that right knee. Press that left foot rather, into the mat and draw these hips round to the front. Arms nice and long. Really good. Beautiful, well done. Let's open into warrior two. So you're drawing your hips round. You can put your hands on your hips to check if you need to. Check that knee, still nice 90-degree bend. Arms long, gaze towards the right fingertips. And then let's reverse the warrior. So flipping your hand over. You can keep the left arm on the leg or bring it round for a bind. And then cartwheeling the arms round, back onto the mat. Stepping back into your plank, knees down if you need to, chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Let's step through with the left foot. Warrior one. Again, take your time, draw these hips round towards that nice 90-degree bend in that foot, in that leg rather. Check back at your right foot, which is pressing into the mat. Really good. Arms up, shoulders down. Draw that belly in towards the spine. Opening into your warrior two. With that nice bend in that knee. squeeze the glutes, gaze towards the left fingertips. And then let's reverse the warrior. Take the gaze towards the forearm. Again, if you want to take the bind, you can. Really good. And then let's cartwheel the arms round and down. Stepping back. Knees down if you need. Squeeze those glutes. Chest down, chin down. Up dog. Flip the toes, down dog. Breathing into that downward facing dog. And just see if you can make that breath nice and light, nice and subtle, nice and quiet, even if it's just for a moment. Inhale, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hand, halfway left. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair pose, lengthen the arms. And breathe. Let's do a twisted chair. Let's bring the left arm over that right leg. Arms together, in towards the chest. Gaze to the ceiling, and then just tuck that left knee back in line with the right one. Great. Lengthening those arms out in front, chair pose. Take it on the opposite side. Right elbow coming over to that left leg. Hands into the heart center, gaze towards the ceiling. And again, tuck that right knee back in line with the left. And gaze towards the ceiling if you can. Really nice. Lengthen those arms back out in front, coming all the way up, and release. Great. Nice and warm now, I'm sure. Bringing yourself again with your toes touching, your heels slightly apart. We're going to do a nice little balance. We'll do tree pose. So with our tree pose, lots of options. Keep the toe on the floor if you need to. Just below the knee or above the knee. And don't worry, some days balancing is better than others, and often one leg is more stable than the other. So don't worry if you're a bit off balance today. Allow the shoulders to drop. Squeeze the glute of that leg that's supporting. Then let's inhale, take the arms up, and then open. You can take the gaze towards the ceiling. You can close your eyes for a moment. Allow yourself to sway. Allow yourself to go off balance. It's okay. Inhale. Exhale, release. Let's take it on the other leg. Again, if you can't get your leg as high on this one, just bring it lower. Bringing this hand in towards the heart center. Again, let's squeeze the glute, that bum cheek of the standing leg. Taking the arms up and open. Again, maybe you want to just enjoy that balance that you've got. Or maybe you want to close your eyes, take your gaze to the ceiling. Inhaling. And then exhale, release. Really good. We're going to do an extended side angle. So it's a bit like a warrior two. If you bring yourself into your warrior two pose, I will mirror you, so we're on the same leg. So let's start with the right one. So the right foot's pointing at 12 o'clock. Nice 90-degree bend in that knee. hips are drawing themselves lengthways to your mat. Again, check that foot, it's pressing into the mat, into the floor. Nice lengthening the arms. Take that gaze to the right forearm, the right fingertips. Reach as forward as far as you can. Reach, and then extend over. You've got a few options. You can have the forearm like this on the leg. You can bring it down the side of the leg. Or if you want to do a bind, you can bring that right arm underneath and the left arm over the top. See if you can grab the hand. You can stay in a nice deep bend, or if you want to try and lengthen and straighten up that right leg, you can. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're in a bind, just release the bind and allow yourself to come into your extended side angle again for a moment. And then let's cartwheel the arms round. Fabulous. Let's do it on the other leg. So nice 12 o'clock point with those toes, the left toes. Nice deep bend in the knee. Bringing those toes around with the right foot, again pressing that foot into the floor so it's not peeling up. And the arms nice and long. Beautiful. Take the gaze to the left fingertips. Reach the left. And then extend over. Again, you've got choices. Keep the hand on the elbow on the forearm, the leg rather. Wow, me my words. Bring it down the side of the leg. Or take that bind. Bringing the left arm under and the right arm over the top. Keep that deep bend in the knee, or you can lengthen and straighten up that right leg. If you're in the bind, release that bind, go back into your angle a second. And then let's cartwheel the arms around. We're going to take a twist version of this. So this time I'll do it with you. Bring that right knee up, and then the left knee on the floor. Put a cushion underneath if you need. Just check that that left leg has got a nice straight line, that the ankle isn't twisting. It's nice and straight. Left arm coming up and over, a bit like that twisted chair, but this time we're on our knee. Arms together into the heart center, gaze towards the ceiling. If you want, you can tuck the toes of the left leg, lengthen that leg for a low lunge. Whichever position you're in, just firing up in that right leg, cartwheeling the arms up and over and around to the other side. Left leg up, right leg down. Again, just check that the right leg and the right ankle are nice and in line. Not going squiffy. Let's bring the right arm up and over that left leg. Bring the palms in, into the chest, gaze to the ceiling. You can stay here, or you can tuck the foot, lengthen into a low lunge. And keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Fire up in that left leg. Let's cartwheel the arms up. Beautiful. Nice wide leg. Just pigeon those toes in a little bit. Hands on the hips for a second. Just make sure that your bum isn't sticking out behind you. Just tuck it under. Lengthen the arms up. And we're going to reach forward. Lengthening those arms. Squeeze the glutes. Try and take a bit of pressure off the lower back and the legs. And then just release over. Deep bend in the knees if you need to. Just give that head a little nod. Let's take the hands behind the ankles. And just with each out breath, just see if you can lengthen the legs. Don't worry about trying to get them straight, but you're just drawing your body, your torso, into that space between your legs. Let's take the twist. So let's take the left hand to the right ankle or the right foot, and then extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take that gaze towards that right hand. See if you can bring your body close to that right leg. And then release, take it on the other side, right hand to the left foot. And then the left arm reaching up towards the ceiling, and take that gaze with it. Brilliant. Coming back to the middle. Again, just give your head a little nod. Let's interlace the fingers behind you, and then see if you can lengthen and straighten the arms. And again, just allowing gravity to take those arms. And then releasing them, we're just going to put our hands down and then bring yourself into a squat position. Allow that head to come up nice and slowly, so don't get too much of a head rush. So with your squat, nice wide legs, pressing those elbows. Ideally, you're looking to get your heels on the floor, but don't worry if you can't. You can roll your mat up. So with your squat, just look at lengthening that spine, lengthening the neck, squeeze those glutes. Draw the belly in towards the spine. And then from here, we're just going to lengthen one of the legs. Doesn't matter which one. And you've got two options. You can stay on the toes, or you can sit back on the heel. Just change the stretch. And then using your hands, just take yourself over to the other side. And just spend a few moments just sitting into that stretch on the leg. As I say, if you want to sit back on that heel for a moment, you can. And then just play around with going from one leg to the other, using your hands, or if you want to just challenge yourself a bit more, if your legs and your knees feel warm enough, just taking that weight over from one side to the other. Really nice. And take your time with it. Go back to using your hands if you need to. Great. And then just bringing that to stillness. Bring yourself on your bum. We're going to set ourselves in the staff or seated mountain pose. Lengthen the legs. Allow those knees to press it, the backs of the knees to press into the floor. Lift those heels up, toes towards the ceiling. Just engage those glutes for a moment and then release. Engage, release. Lovely. And then lengthen the arms up and then reaching forward, trying to keep that spine nice and straight. Even if that means you can only get to here, that's fine. We're just looking at keeping that nice lengthening in the back, wherever that stops for you. Breathing in. Engage those glutes again for a moment. Lift those heels off. Press the knees into the floor just to see what difference that makes in that leg. And then you can relax over as much as you can. So round the spine, let the head hang heavy. Again, even if that means that's up here for you, that's fine. Just use gravity. Avoid trying to bounce into it. Just let gravity do the work. Have a play around with engaging those glutes again, but keeping the back relaxed. Press the knees into the floor. Bring the heels off. It's kind of like you're allowing gravity to assist, as opposed to adding any extra strain. And breathing into any tight areas. Really nice. And just bringing yourself up. We're just going to bring ourselves onto our bellies. So just taking those legs behind you. Just going to bring yourself into a nice little up dog. Or a low cobra. So keeping the hips on the floor. Just checking where your elbows are. Just see if you can bring those elbows right in. So they're tucking right up against your body. Yeah. If they're out here, just see if you can bring them in, hug them into your body so they're touching your body. And then sit back into a child's pose, but it's an active or prayer pose rather. So the hands are out in front of you. You're going to lift your arms up off the floor so it's just your fingertips. Your forehead can sit on the floor. So you can sit back. That bum onto your heels, lengthening those arms out in front. And bringing yourself forward, laying yourself down flat on your belly. And you can take your forehead to the floor, your arms out in front. And we're just going to lift the arms and the forehead up, keeping the legs down. So you're lifting the forehead, the arms, you're lengthening those arms, trying to open the chest. And release. If you want to bring your hands underneath your forehead, you can. We're going to do the legs this time. So keeping the forehead and the arms down. You're just going to raise those legs up. Squeezing the glutes. Really good. And then release. Give the hips a little twizzle from side to side. We're going to take all four limbs and the forehead off this time. And like you're doing a little skydive. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the legs, lifting the head, lifting the chest up. Great. Make sure you're breathing so you're not holding the breath. And release. Again, just give the hips a little shake from side to side. And you've got two choices. You can do the same thing again, little skydive, or you can do bow pose by taking the backs of your foot from the inside, not on the outside, but from the inside. And then lifting those knees up, lifting that chest. Breathing into that stretch. And then release. Taking yourself back into your active child pose or prayer pose. So again, lengthening the arms, or if you want to have the arms beside you, you can. Bring yourself up to kneeling. We're going to do a nice little camel. So again, we've got a few options, a few choices. If you need to put a cushion under your knees again, you can do that. Bringing your hands on your lower back. You're just going to, almost as if you're trying to get the elbows to meet one another. You're going to open the chest towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes, just really tiny. Just opening that chest. You can stay here if you want to try full camel. Be really mindful. You're taking one hand behind you on the heel, followed by the other. Again, you're lifting those hips forward letting the head relax behind, squeezing the glutes. If you're in full camel, just bringing one hand back onto the lower back, followed by the other. Again, sitting back in your prayer pose or in your child pose, breathing into that lower part of your back. Nice. Bringing yourself up. Let's take those feet round, semi-supine. You're going to bring yourself onto your back. We'll do a few bridges. Nice. Allow those feet to come flat, the knees pointing to the ceiling, your palms facing down. Neck nice and long, your chin kind of tucking in towards your chest. I'm going to raise the hips, bringing them up, squeezing the glutes, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Press a bit deeper into those feet so you can lift the hips a little bit higher. And then release. And we're going to go again, nice and slowly, raising those hips, drawing the belly button in towards the spine. Again, just pressing the feet into the floor, see if you can raise the hips a little higher. Squeeze the glutes, and then slowly release, nice and gently down the spine. If wheel is in your practice and you want to do full wheel, you can bring your hands beside your ears and lift into wheel, or do a bridge again. And this time in your bridge, you can bring your hands underneath, or take your hands underneath your hips just to lift them a bit higher. And then releasing, bring yourself back down. Just bringing those knees into the chest. And just rocking from side to side if you need. Then let's take the palms of the hands onto the soles of the feet for a happy baby. So you're letting those hips open and the knees draw towards the floor. If you want, you can rock from side to side. If you also want, you can stay where you are, or you can try and lengthen the legs a little bit. And then let's release the feet. We're just going to take a little twist. So you've got a couple of options as well. So you're lengthening the arms. You can just take the knees straight over to the left and the gaze to the right. Or if you want to intensify it a little bit, you can do little eagle pose legs. So bringing the right knee over the left, making a little twist with the legs, and then taking those legs over to the left, gaze to the right. Great, and then just bringing those knees in. If you're in the bind, just releasing that bind and changing the legs over. So left over right. We're taking the knees over to the right and the gaze to the left. Bringing the knees back into the chest, releasing that little bind. Just going to squeeze everything together. Nice little tight little ball. Chin in towards the knees, clasping the elbows. Bring those heels together. Squeeze everything. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. And allow yourself to come into your Shavasana, your corpse pose. And you're just going to let everything go. Get yourself nice and comfy. Just going to be supported by the floor. Releasing the feet, the legs, the hips. Let the belly go. Let the chest melt into the floor. Shoulders, arms. Your head nice and heavy. Imagining that your whole body is just sinking into the floor. Enjoying all of that amazing stretching and balancing that you've been doing. And while you're nice and peaceful in your Shavasana, I'm going to read a few little quotes from Hamin Sunim and his book, Love for Imperfect Things. Your true nature is not something you can obtain by searching for it. It will reveal itself to you when the mind grows quiet. When the sky is empty of clouds, we can see its blue depths. And when the mind is empty of thoughts, we can feel its true nature. When you're ready, start to bring some awareness back into your body. Give the fingers and the toes a little wriggle. If you want to take your hands above your head, give yourself a nice big stretch. And keeping your eyes closed, just take yourself over or to one side. And in your own time, just slowly bring yourself into a nice, comfortable, seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And let's together inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling, bring the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And again, inhaling, palms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time, inhaling. Exhale, bring them down to rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms, followed by Shanti. You can join in or just listen to the mantra. Inhaling. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. release. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Well done. Well done. Sitting on your mat, doing some practice on this Saturday morning. You should be proud of yourself for that. So well done. If you are able to donate to the session for the class, you can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. It's really easy. Just press the donate and you can donate whatever you are able to. And you can also subscribe either on the website or via YouTube, and you'll get updates as to when we're doing our next classes. So I look forward to seeing you at class soon. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Namaste.